Now, we also have some complementary mushrooms that we provide for synergistic support. While Coriolus versicolor is the core mushroom, we think every person, every pet, every day should be taking the Coriolus versicolor mushroom because the immune system is the most important system in the body, and we want to be giving that all of the support that it deserves. There are some complementary mushrooms that work together in a synergy. Not all mushrooms play well together. You see a lot of these mushroom blends that have 12, 15, 20 mushrooms all in one, and sometimes those don't play well together. They can actually neutralize each other's effects and counteract any benefits that you might be getting from it. But all of the five mushrooms that we offer, they're all considered basidiomycetes. They grow together, they work together naturally in the environment, and they also work together in our bodies. So the first is called the reishi mushroom, and this is really helpful for adrenal support. We have a product called Inforce Plus that has the Coriolus versicolor mushroom and the reishi mushroom together, which is why it's called Plus. And reishi is I classified as a true adaptogen. So it's helping the body adapt to stress, whether it's physical or emotional or environmental. And that's what leads to less adrenal strain, steadier energy, and improved resilience to chronic stress. It helps calm the nervous system without sedation. So it contains the triterpenes, which promote a calming effect on the central nervous system. So this is how we're able to support rest and recovery, which are essential for adrenal restoration. It helps regulate immune function and inflammation. So reishis, beta glucans, and polysaccharides help modulate the immune system and lower the inflammatory markers, which ease systemic stress on the adrenals. So it's helping to protect the body from immune-triggered adrenal overload. And it supports cardiovascular and blood sugar stability. So reishi can help regulate blood pressure. It supports healthy blood sugar levels, improve oxygen utilization. All of these systems are closely tied to adrenal health. So when they're off, the adrenals are overworked trying to compensate for that. So this reduces the physiological load on the adrenal glands. Now, the Coriolus versicolor mushroom is just like eating a mushroom on a salad. It doesn't interact with any medications or treatments. You can't get addicted. You can't overdose. There are no side effects. The only concern is if there is an allergy present. That's the only time that you can be concerned. And even then, if it's not an extensive reaction, people have even weaned themselves onto the Coriolus versicolor mushroom and gotten to the point where they no longer have a reaction. But there are some possible side effects with the reishi mushroom. They're very, very rare, especially when you're using purer, more potent compounds or extracts. It's very, very rare to have these types of side effects, but it might cause a little bit of digestive upset or dizziness or headache. Again, it lowers blood pressure, blood sugar. So just be conscious of that if you're recommending this to anybody. But we've seen results in cholesterol. I have Shirley here who sent over. She had really high cholesterol for a number of years. She couldn't take the statin drugs, but um, the doctor was really concerned about her health, so she ordered the Inforce Plus and started with just one capsule and didn't increase the dosage. And she finished one bottle, and the lab work showed her LDL was down 20 points on non-fasting lab tests. So she was really happy about the cholesterol levels. We have Nevsky, who is 61, and he was battling high blood pressure for 20 years, and the doctor prescribed the meds, but they made his ankles swell up. So he started taking the Inforce Plus. And after 2 months, his blood pressure was normal. And he was so surprised at the drop. He said, I didn't believe my own blood pressure machine. So I had it checked at my local clinic and they confirmed it. So I'm really excited that the doctor is not talking to me about the prescribed medications anymore. And I can go on and on. This is a really big one. Lady Pat, her husband had prostate cancer, and his PSA number was 394 when he was first tested in December, which we know is astronomical. And there was also a large blood clot in his left leg. And they started giving him a lot of treatments, and he was not doing very well. So in January, he started taking the Inforce Plus, and his lab results started improving drastically. His hemoglobin went to normal levels, and they stopped the shot for that. Then his PSA went from 394 to 71 in January, 1 month. In February, And then in late February, she asked the doctor what the PSA was, and he looked really confused. And he said, this has to be an error because this is miracle type stuff. It can't be 7.1. We'll need to check it again. So they just figured it was an error, that that wasn't the correct number. So 2 weeks later, they went to the doctor again for an update. And he walked in and said, let me show you your PSA. You started with 394, it went down to 71, then it actually was 7.1, and now it's zero point 0.1. So within just a few months, he saw that. They found no hot spots in his body anymore, not in the prostate, bladder, the lymph glands, or the bone where it had been before, and they have been astonished by it. So I can go on and on again because it really is helping the body to balance and regulate itself. Another complementary mushroom is the lion's mane mushroom, and this is really great for nerve and brain support. It's found in a product that we have called Enforce Clarity, and it really helps to stimulate nerve growth factor. And nerve growth factor is a protein that promotes the growth and repair of neurons. So it helps with neurogenesis. It helps with myelination, which is the insulation of the nerve fibers. So it's supporting nerve regeneration and brain plasticity and cognitive resilience. It helps to enhance memory, focus, and cognitive function. So look up the clinical studies. What these researchers are finding has been so promising. The clinical studies are showing that lion's mane improves short and long-term memory, mental clarity and concentration, cognitive function, and mild cognitive impairment. So this is really promising for age-related cognitive decline like dementia and even early stage Alzheimer's. It also helps protect against neurodegeneration. So it can even help to slow or prevent progression of neurodegenerative diseases. And again, don't take my word for it. Look up these studies that have been done and published. It supports nerve repair and neuropathy recovery. So it's used a lot of times in integrative protocols for neuropathy, for Parkinson's, spinal injury, even post-stroke recovery. It also supports gut-brain axis and mood stability. So lion's mane has been shown to improve the gut microbiome health, which then influences the brain via the vagus nerve. It reduces anxiety and depression through the nerve growth factor and anti-inflammatory effects. So it really does provide a holistic approach to mental health and emotional regulation. Now, some of the possible side effects, again, which are very rare, are it can cause mild digestive upset, itchy skin or rash. Again, that might be due to the increased nerve growth factor, but it's very, very rare. And of course, allergic reaction if someone is allergic to mushrooms. But Bree wrote us because of the way it impacted her body. I've lost a considerable amount of weight. I don't crave the foods that are bad for me. I have no cravings at all. I eat to quell my stomach rumblings. After a month of use, I feel clear. Carrie wrote us, I'm 62 and have arthritis in my hands and knees. I also have celiac disease. I take Enforce Clarity, which is this blue bottle, and the Enforce, which is the first green bottle that I told you about. I'm halfway through both. I have no more swelling or pain in my hands or knees. I could jump for joy. Also, have not had any problems with my stomach since taking these either after eating something with gluten in it. I've also lost weight as a bonus. These products are amazing. I am hooked. Thank you so, so much. Lori wrote us, her father had Parkinson's and it got worse and worse after a year of all the treatments and medications the doctor would recommend. So he finally listened and tried the Enforced Clarity. And 1 month after taking 6 tablets a day, his shaking went down considerably. He's so grateful he's able to do many of the things that he could not do. Barry shared with us he had neuropathy from his feet to above his knee, and he started taking the Enforce, which is the green bottle, as well as the Enforce Clarity together. And after 2 weeks, he has feeling back above his knee and spots down his leg. We also have Lila, whose 14-year-old granddaughter was feeling really depressed, and she was taking 2 Clarity a day for a week. And she said it's like it breathed new life into her. She's brighter, she's happier, and she's doing so much better. So we can see that, again, the right nutritional support can help to balance a lot of the different systems in the body that are leading to these challenges that people are dealing with. Now, another complementary mushroom is called the maitake mushroom, and this is really helpful for liver and pancreas support. Now, there are a lot of studies showing how it enhances insulin sensitivity and glucose uptake. So it's really helping to regulate blood sugar levels and support pancreatic beta cell function. So these are the cells that produce the insulin in the body. It also supports liver detoxification and fat metabolism. So it's helping to break down toxins, it's regulating lipids, and it's helping to manage the blood sugar levels through that process. It also helps reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the liver and pancreas. So we're seeing a reduction in the progression of type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and liver dysfunction, which is really exciting. And it also stimulates pancreatic enzymes for digestion. So this really helps to optimize metabolic energy from food, reducing the stress on the pancreas, which is really important. Now, again, some of the possible side effects, which are very rare, is its blood sugar lowering. So you want to use caution in diabetic patients that are on medication. Also, it may cause mild nausea or dizziness, especially if it's taken on an empty stomach. And of course, allergic reactions if people are sensitive to mushrooms. But I wanted to share what Holly said. She had problems with expelling for years, and the doctors didn't know why, as she had a colonoscopy and a few other testings, but they said that she was fine and she wasn't. So she just started taking two of these a day, one in the morning and one at night. And after a couple of weeks, her body went through its own detox, almost like flu-like symptoms, but it was detoxing and it was purging a lot of the toxins that were in her body. And so in her fourth week, now she's back to normal. She's going every day. She's expelling normally. She feels great. She's staying on schedule. And so she's really, really happy. We also have Vanessa, who was taking the Enforce Plus, which was that yellow bottle with Coriolis versicolor mushroom and reishi, and also the Restore together. So she was stacking. And she was considered pre-diabetic. And since taking both of those together for several months, her A1C is in normal range. She also had other things like her lipids that were out of balance. Those are also in normal range. I noticed a difference in how I feel. I would recommend this to everyone. This is the best product and it really does work. I haven't had a cold or anything like this since I started taking them. I even have my husband taking it as well. And we also have Jim, who, after adding the Restore extract into his daily regimen, I noticed improved energy and better blood sugar control within a few weeks. My fasting glucose dropped and I feel steadier throughout the day. So they're just a couple of the experiences people are having. And then the last complementary mushroom is called the shiitake mushroom, and this is really helpful for cardiovascular support. It helps reduce LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. So it contains a very rare compound called iridodenine. And I actually said that right. It sounds like a stutter, but it's not. It's iridodenine. And this inhibits an enzyme that's involved in producing cholesterol. So it helps reduce the bad cholesterol, the LDL, and serum triglycerides. And it encourages the liver to excrete more cholesterol through bile. So this results in lower overall cholesterol and improved lipid profiles. It also contains beta glucans that support blood vessel health. So it really helps to improve vascular tone and the reduced risk of plaque buildup. It also helps prevent arterial plaque formation. So it slows the progression of arterial plaque and maintains clearer arteries. And it provides anti-inflammatory and antioxidant support for the heart. So this results in less inflammation, improved circulation, and heart protection from stress and aging. So it also helps to support blood pressure regulation. So it helps to relax the blood vessels through nitric oxide regulation, improve vascular elasticity, especially when combined with a healthy diet. So this is really helpful in reducing or stabilizing high blood pressure as well. Now, some of the possible side effects, which are very rare, are shiitake dermatitis, which is just a little skin rash, but it usually comes from taking way too much of the shiitake mushroom. Also might cause digestive upset like gas or bloating and allergic reactions if someone's allergic to fungi or mushrooms. So Kevin was taking the Enforce Shield and his cholesterol was borderline high. He didn't want to go straight to the statins. So after a few months of using a shiitake supplement, the Enforce Shield, my LDL came down and even my doctor was surprised. I've made no other changes, so I'm convinced it's the mushrooms helping. Tina started taking the shield to support her immune system during cold and flu season, and it made a huge difference. I feel stronger, have more energy, and haven't been sick once this year, even when everyone else around me was down. And Marcus said, as someone with a family history of heart disease, I look for natural ways to support my cardiovascular system. And shiitake has been a key part of my routine. It helps me manage my blood pressure, and I just feel better overall. So, those are some of the positive experiences people have been having from that. Now, there are some beauty and longevity benefits to the reishi, maitake, and shiitake mushrooms as well. They're rich in beta glucans and antioxidants and amino acids. And so we created a gel called the Beauty and Longevity Gel that contains all three of these powerful mushrooms. It also has hyaluronic acid and polyglutamic acid, which helps to lock in the moisture for the skin and joints. It has MSM, Irish sea moss, and agar to help support joints and digestion and connective tissue. And it also has a base of interleaf aloe vera, Irish sea moss, and agar, which have very rich mineral content that fortifies and restores. This also supports skin elasticity, collagen production, and cellular regeneration. So it's actually reactivating the systems of the body. So instead of replacing the collagen through supplements, it's restoring the collagen production so your body starts producing more of its own collagen, glutathione, enzymes, all of those natural processes that start slowing as we age. These mushrooms work together to reactivate a lot of those processes through the mitochondrial biogenesis function. So it also has vitamin C and amla and biotin in it, which help reduce the appearance of fine lines. It promotes elasticity and firmness, and it helps to nourish hair, scalp, and skin. It helps regulate inflammation, oxidative stress, and hormonal balance, especially if you have someone that's dealing with perimenopause, which I'm dealing with. It really helps to balance that. And it promotes mental clarity, energy, and healthy aging. So these are really powerful adaptogens. And when you combine them with all of the other botanicals and herbs and minerals that are in this gel, it really goes deep into the body and promotes regeneration on a cellular level. Very promising.